She proceeds to say that she had a flat tire, called her dad, well, called D and said, "Hey, can you get my dad up? I got a flat tire. Can you tell him to come help me or whatnot?" I don't know if he was asleep or she called her. It's something to that effect because I don't want to be lying. But she says she talked to Cry and said, "Hey, Margaret got a fat tire. She needs you to go over there and help her, and stuff like that." And what did he say? "Oh, I can't do that. I ain't got time to do that right now. Damien need me to go over there to do videos. I mean, money on the line, and I got to go after that because it won't benefit him." And I felt that's fucked up. If you were sitting up there trying to be involved and repair the relationship with your kids, wouldn't you want to eat? Wouldn't you want to be there to show them, like, "Hey, I know I haven't been there for you back then, but let me show you that I could be there for you now." And Cryer puts it out that he loves his kids. But do you only love some of your kids for what they have and what you see that they got going on? Or do you love your kids like unconditional love? Do you have that genuine unconditional love for them? Or is it what they can offer you? Because you have some parents that will have kids and say, "I took care of you, you got to take care of me. It's your turn. I did what I can do." But in this sense, he probably wasn't there. But some uh, parents feel like their kids owe them something for some reason. But moving on. Then she say, Margaret's sister, Laura, he tried to say that D and her had something going on when it was just they were doing videos. And I remember way back then when they came out a video explaining that, like, "No, we're not a couple. I know you guys are, insinuating the wrong thing, but it's not what y'all see it as. We just doing videos, like a regular collab, so to speak." And I think she was just trying to help Laura with her YouTube as well. That's all I got from that. But then she goes on to say that what Erica was saying about the Prince family, about how he acts when he don't get his way, is sort of similar to what Erica was saying. He talks shit. "Oh, it's fuck them." And with that type of mentality, me and my boyfriend sitting there was like, he said, "I don't like the way his mentality is, like when he don't get his way. It's like if you're not doing something for him or making something benefit for him, he don't want shit to do with you. He don't want to fuck with you. The relationship, is, I don't want to fuck with him. That's why we not talking now, and this and that. Oh, it's fuck them. They ain't got nothing to offer for me. I don't want shit to do with them." And then another, something else that struck out to me is when she said, "Hey D, if someone pays you 15 or 20,000, would you expose my son and his wife?" Why would you even say that? It's as if to say, "Hey, if I was to offer you this, would you come out and, expose them for who they are?" And I think he probably pitched that idea to her at the time he won't talking. Think about it. He's mad. He didn't get invited to that, to his grandbaby's second birthday party. They won't keep in contact. His views was dropping. Prince family and them was, showing that they was happy moving on, living life, and he didn't like that. And like I stated before, it shows more that he is jealous and envious of his son and feel like that should be him living that type of life. And he tries to do that with the women he come in contact with, but it just doesn't succeed like the Prince family videos do. Like, pay attention to the thumbnails. We notice, like, how Damian and Bianca do this sweet versus sour, or hot versus cold, some type of challenge like that. And then their thumbnails, they'll just make some silly type thumbnail to grab your attention. And lately, when he do those type of challenges with Toya, it's sort of the same type of thumbnail. And I'm like, he's really trying to be like his son. He wants his life. He is envious of that. A millionaire. He got his own management thing going on. Whole bunch of YouTubers under him. He is getting bank. And so I think he doesn't, he can't stand that. And that is a type of bad spirit to have. And people sit up here and think Crier is innocent and Crier is the victim, and that all these women have used him because he's an older man, and that his kid, he's connected to the Prince family. His son is a millionaire, and they feel like you know, that's the quick foot in the door to get close to that. When in reality, it's probably none of that. They probably go there, wanting a relationship, but then they see how his true colors is. Who knows when they're trying to bond and all that? He's we gotta do this video. We gotta do this video. It's like he's trying to keep up and put out. And if you notice, when the series won't going on, Quarry was just making little mukbang videos, cooking, vlogging about, shopping, just doing any old random shit. But it wasn't generating no views. And I stand on that. I don't believe in that sickness. I don't believe in it. I believe that it was a public announcement to get at his son, to make his son feel bad, like, hey, look what you doing to me. You cut off communication, didn't invite me to the house. Life is short. Now what if I'm dead and gone? Then you're gonna be feeling guilty because you didn't make up. And then that caught his eye, and then all of a sudden they made up, and he's back on good terms. He's in good spirits. I mean, they put him in like the Prince family clubhouse little series they got going on, trying to be like Darman with his inspirational videos. And they ain't no fault with that. Get your bag how you get it. But you see that he is more in a better spirit now because that relationship is made up with his son. And I feel like when him and Erica was together, he treated her that way because they already had a bad name attached to Erica. And he even told Dee Lowery, when Dee Lowery mentioned, hey, do you know this girl? She's trying to collab. She wants to know how much it costs. And, she's telling me she was involved with the M and Vaughn incident with the police thing. What did he say? She bad news. She bad news. Don't fuck with her. Don't have no dealings with her. She is bad news. So that lets me know you talked shit about her before. You said she was bad news. Don't fool with her. But why did you fool with her? Why did you make a relationship with her? You ended up getting with her, having relations with her, doing videos with her. Was that to get back at Dee Lowery? Because it seemed like you like to go tick for tack. Was that to get at her? Because you even stated that you knew this girl was bad news, and that the Prince family knew she was bad news, all because of some situation we would never find out the real truth about and how it really played out. But if you knew she was bad news, why did you even have dealings with her? If you knew what type of person she could be, why'd you even make it last that long? So that's, I kind of feel that was to get back at D, and that was to, grab her like, look, this was once someone that you wanted, that you was, I don't even know if they was friends, but this is someone that, you talked to and that you was going to collab with. And look, you see me with her. It's like, just to get her at her, like, okay, to see maybe if she would call back or write him, because it looked like he was trying to circulate or stir up some drama between them two. And then Dee Lowery also goes on to say that at the time when she was there with him in Indiana, that Lady J, the woman he was with before D, that, oh, she don't like you. For some reason he kept telling D that people didn't like her or something like that. I don't know what that was about. I don't know if he was trying to get in her head to do something. I mean, I don't know. But he's told her Lady J don't like you, and I don't know why she flying out. I don't know, I don't know what's up with that woman. See, this is the type of shit that I don't like. Basically let me live my life, leave me alone. And then something about she posted a video of them twinning, and he's like, see, this is the shit that I'm talking about. And she was like, hold on, I know this girl is just not flying out here from New Jersey for nothing. Like, it is not because she crazy and trying to keep up with what you doing. You was still trying to have contact with her. And as I stated, I don't know if Dee and him was together, but like she said, what do I have to be mad about? Why this woman don't like me? For what reason? And as you can see, Jaleesa was in the live. I didn't see what she said because I was trying to find, the live chat, but it won't replaying back on my phone. But anyways, so I thought about Lady J, and I went to where she spoke on his sickness, and I can tell, they probably didn't have no bad, ending to their relationship. They was on good terms, still kind of had like a friendship. And the only reason why I can think of why they had that is because they live separate. She didn't, it's not like she was there every day, every day, day after day, week after week, month after month to actually see how he really is. So it is time away to miss that person. So when that person comes sees you, it's like, hey, I miss you. Let's kick it. Let's go get something to eat. Let's go catch a movie. Let's go do something. Because why? It was a distance. It's time to miss each other other than you up in their face every day, because then that can get, how couples be together every day and then they feel like it's not no time to miss each other, so you clashing, you arguing, you seeing how people for who they are when you are around them too long. But Lady J and him didn't have that type of, relationship where they was together all the time. It was like it was kind of long distance type of relationship. So that ended a little differently, but it seemed like the women that he was housed with over time went through some shit. And I'm only speaking on the women that, came forth with something. Like, we don't know how other relationships ended with other people. But what I do know is that Dee also said that Margaret said her mom went through some shit with Damion. So we don't know how he really is. Like I said, he plays an image on the camera. But then I'm also wondering if he had Dee made that video to get out to Latoya, so maybe she, would give him a chance. Or I still stand on and speculate that he had her do that because he feel that Erica was coming out with something. And now going back to that was only in June. She said that happened in June when she did the video, and that they met up and all that because he was getting Darion for the summer, and that's when they did that. He revealed his sickness, and then next thing you know, they were doing the Darion and Janelle series, which I thought, because I watched J. Michael video and he mentioned that at least Erica, you got some money. We ain't see nothing on this end. And at that time when we was watching the series and he made the music video, and when Darion tried to put it on his channel, it somehow got taken down. I don't know why, but I felt that was fucked up, you know, because I feel like they do. I felt like I told my boyfriend, I said, I think they did the series so they can make some money for the channels so that they can have some back to school money. Because you notice every time in the summer, it's like they do it close to when they got to go back and go to school. And I thought that was to help them with school supplies, school clothes, money. And I said, well, I know he need to give Darion some money for, the video, whatever they make, give it to Crier, and Crier put it in like a bank account for his son. And that's another thing. Why don't he's making money now and he loves his kids and want to see them have a promising future? Why don't he have a bank account where he is putting in money for Darion until he gets 18 and Dion? If you want the a good father back then, why are you not trying to at least make up for it now? Because you put this image out that you love your kids. Yeah, we see that, but we see that through videos. What goes on behind the camera? Are you calling to check up every time? That's just something to think about. But yeah, he had the video and he seen Dee. But when Dee said she made the video, it was in June of this year. Now that brings me to say, he said him and Toya put it out there that they've been talking. Yeah, they may have just got together in September and made it official, but They had mentioned in the video that they have been talking for some time, and that I think I want to put out that they said 5 or 6 months. So when you go back and you go back 5 or 6 months from when they announced their relationship, at that time he still had dealings with Erica. He even met up with Dee Lowery. So it's not only putting Crier out there, but that's putting out some dirt as well, because it's only telling on himself. The people that's coming out with these videos is revealing some shit that Latoya probably didn't even know about. Because in her mind, if you guys are talking for half a year already, but yeah, you got to know each other and then you just decide to make it official, and then you go see some video where he met up with another woman 3 months ago, she's gonna probably be like, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. Around this time we was talking, why did you get this room? Why did you invite this girl to drive, 2.5, 3 hours down here to see you while you was getting your son? And at that time they was talking. And I feel they was talking because if you pay attention to prior videos, he mentioned that Darion has already met Latoya before he went back and got dropped back off in Indiana for school. He said that even Darion stayed over there, played with her kids, all that, and that he liked it Latoya or whatnot. And then he went back. So you're like, hold on, wait a minute, wait a minute. He already been over there, and that was during the summer, which it is June, July, because the kids go back. I don't know if it's in the middle of August or close to September, but D made that video in June. Darion was down there in the summer. Darion went back. They met up. So around that time, he was talking to Latoya, because for Darion to end up meeting her already before he went back, that had to be around the June, July time frame. The same time frame that you had D do that video. The same time frame where when you went to go drop him off, you had D drive from Detroit to meet up with you. And she said, I don't know if he thought I was going to fuck on him or go back with him to the room. But when he told me about Erica being on the way and all this drama, I didn't want to be circulated around it. So I left and went back. So you would begin to wonder, hold up. So was he trying to mess with you and trying to get some again from you? Maybe like on some plies, let me hit it one more time type thing. And then, we just be done for good. But how could you if you were so called talking to another woman already? You already got one woman saying she's driving down here being crazy. And that's another thing. Why would Erica be driving down there anyway to see what you got going on? Unless you still was leading her on and still having sex with her as well. Because something is not really adding up. It's showing that you still had some type of dealings with these three women. Erica on the highway mad for what reason? Unless y'all still got something going on. Why would she be mad that you're meeting up with D? And I think you told her that to get her mad. At the same time, why is D even coming? I mean, that's not my business or anything. But D is coming down there to meet you and have dinner and invite. I'm pretty sure ain't no one gonna drive 2.5 hours to have dinner and catch up. I do feel that she was gonna go back to that room. That's what me and my boyfriend feel like. We feel like he was gonna go back to that room. I don't know what maybe would have happened. Maybe nothing could have happened. But you can't sit up here and say you're gonna drive 2.5 hours just to have some dinner with somebody. I just don't believe that. But then it's also at the same time that you were supposedly talking to Latoya, because how would she have met Darion? That's in that June to August time frame. So something is not adding up. And like we said, we know Latoya is probably peeping the videos. So maybe Cryer's going to end up having to do some explaining, because now it's putting him in the hot seat. I don't know, guys. I mean, I don't know. But what we do know is that Erica says she's not done putting out her videos, which I feel she should just stop. Because at this time, you done enough. You already done enough. Whatever you wanted to accomplish, you probably have. Now, we did say that maybe Prince family is probably going to sweep that under the rug. But now that you have this recording of him talking shit about how he just passed by them, wouldn't even acknowledge him when his power went out, wouldn't even, call him, talk to him, check up on him, see how he's doing. Oh, he got two fucking houses. He's a fucking millionaire. Da 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 da. Just ranting and being jealous. I can't even talk. And being jealous. Then you have D saying, "Oh, if he don't get his way, it's fuck the Prince family." And basically, he was trying to premeditate, tarnishing their images. Oh, if someone gave you 15, 20K, would you sit up there and make a video about them, expose them? What would she make a video about? What would she expose? Unless you had some information that you know on them, some secrets, and maybe you was gonna deliver that to her. But, hey, this is what you got to say. Kind of like, hey, he had her to do that video. Who's to say he wouldn't have offered her that because, hey, he's making money. He's making money now to where he don't need his son. Who's to say that he wouldn't give her that 15 or 20,000 and make a video? But then also, what would she say? What dirt do she have? Unless it came from a source. The only source we know is him because he has direct ties to them. That is a fucked up way of thinking. That's real jealous. I mean, that is jealousy to the T. Why would you want to do that to your own child? And now it's making more sense that he do want that lifestyle. He's mad that he can't have that lifestyle. You had that Mustang for, let's see, 20, when did he get that? Like 2017, probably about 4 or 5 years now. And you're just now upgrading it, taking it to the body shop. Y'all, when I went in with my son, I seen this Lamborghini and it was a bumblebee color. I may not have that money to get that Lamborghini, and here go Toya, but you will one day, baby. And I like how people, speak positive things into existence. Like I want you to succeed. Get that comfortable life that you want. But it's funny that you just now painting it. I mean, you could do what you want to do, but it seems like he is trying to. Once he got with Latoya, he is, and he feel like, okay, she's pretty. This will be a good one. We can make our relationship look like it's like a family type of relationship and all that. Like trying to be like his son and his wife. Then he goes on to, and I still think he was doing tick for tack. Put her on the banner, but you see, she is not in that profile picture. She's just in the banner. And I think that's just a jab at Erica. And then someone mentioned in my comments that that Damion gave them all promise rings, and that it is, his type of cycle that he does with this women. And I didn't notice that. I didn't know he gave them a ring or whatnot. Maybe I didn't pay enough attention in certain videos, and I'm gonna have to look back. But if so, Latoya is not as special as she thinks she is. And she probably might want to have that talk with him and say, look, I do, because I feel like Latoya does want to make that relationship work. I feel like her feelings is invested at this time. I do feel that way. So I think Latoya needs to put him to the side, take him to the side, behind the camera, behind closed doors, and say, look, tell me everything from now on, from the time now and into our future. We need to be honest. If there's something you need to get out there and tell me now while our relationship is still fresh before it gets any deeper, tell me now, because I do not want to be hit with some type of truth and it comes from someone else. So if Crier have some explaining to do and he wants to save that relationship, he needs to do it now. Because just like J. Michael said, how would Crier know to put that post out about that the Mucker family was putting his hands on you? Where did he get it from? Just like, where did Erica get that information from about her medical condition? Because that's very private. And like I told my boyfriend, I said, Latoya seems like the type, like, may come to him like, hold up, we need to talk about something. Now, Damion, she probably told her best friend. She probably, talked about that with her mom. And then she probably feel like Damien is like, her lover, her best friend, her man that she can confide to be there for her, to comfort her. She has, some serious, you know, things on her mind that she wants to get off. And so she probably came to him in confidence and probably talked to him like, look, I love you. I want this to work. I don't know if you want to plan on having any more kids. I know you got a newborn, but this is what's going on. And sometimes, that's real personal to a woman. Some women get depressed because they want some people want women can't have kids. And they see these women that can easily get pregnant, some of them abort them and all that. And some women don't take lightly to that because they can't have any and they want that family life. And even though Latoya, had two kids, we don't know what could have happened with her after she had her second child. And maybe, it did some damage. We don't know. But the result is what she's dealing with now. And what if she felt like she could trust him to talk to him and that shit just went over his head in one ear and out the other, and he's sitting up there side conversating with Erica and was like, oh yeah, every time she does try to attempt to make a baby and don't do nothing but go in the toilet, she's always crying about that she got one ovary and all that, and just, ranting and telling her business. And that's supposed to be your woman that you love, that you display that out on YouTube to us, that y'all strong, that y'all a power couple. Black love, you throwing all this out there, but then you up there telling personal business. And I think if he really did tell her that, that's lower him as well, because that's something personal to his woman. Why would you reveal something like that? Knowing what type of person Erica is, knowing that when she get mad enough, she is going to sit up there and make a video and expose you and try to fuck you up. I can hurt you with my words. And that's not a threat. That's a promise. That's a promise. Why would you do that? But, anyways, guys, I know I may have missed some stuff that I wanted to mention. But, as always, if I think of it, I will come back with another video. Make sure you guys like, you comment, subscribe only if you want to, and I will be back with another video. This is Opinionated checking out.